Hello guys, I'll be making bitter leaf soup for dinner. If you're not a fan of bitter leaf soup, I bet you've not tested this particular bitter leaf soup because you fall in love with bitter leaf soup.
I came back from the market really late and I'll be removing things I brought from the market for this soup.
I bought periwinkle. If you don't like periwinkle, you can make your soup without it. I also got this dry fish. I got my bitter leaf. This is already washed in the market, but I'll still wash mine. I got this fufu in the market, lots of it, because we'll be using this soup with fufu. That's my meat and my pomo. Then I got this Hollandia so that I can cool my system while I'm cooking. Then that's the water leaf I got from the market. I finished preparing all my ingredients for this soup, and this is what you need to cook a perfect bitter leaf soup. You need your water leaf, you need your bitter leaf. Like I said, I had to rewash this bitter leaf to my taste. You also need your stock fish and your smoked dry fish. That's optional though. Dry fish is optional if you like. You also need pomo, still optional. If you don't like it, it's okay. This pomo is the best pomo. It's not the other type that
It's not edible.
you need periwinkle. That's optional though. That's my meat. I'm using beef. You can use goat meat. You can use any other protein of your choice. You need seasoning cube. You need onion to season your meat. You need salt. Down there, it's my fresh pepper. I just blend large quantity of fresh pepper and put it inside the fridge. Anytime I want to use it, I just scoop the amount that I need. In a nutshell, these are the ingredients that you need. I forgot to attach my crayfish right here, but just know you need crayfish. I proceeded to season my meat. I just added my meat in the pot I want to use to cook. Then I added my pomo. I added my periwinkle. You can also cook your periwinkle separately before adding to your soup. I had to wash this periwinkle thoroughly before adding it here. I added my stock fish. Then I added my seasoning cube. Don't overput seasoning cube so your food will not be too salty. I added my salt. Then I added onion. If you don't like onion in your dishes, you can also blend your onion. I added my fresh pepper. I'll give it a little stir and cover it up to cook for a couple of minutes so that everything will be properly cooked. Then I'll just open up to check the meat how it's doing, and the water is almost dried. I'll just be adding little more water so that the meat can cook properly. I'll just open up to check how my meat is doing, and I'll just give it a little stir. Remember the Hollander yogurt I bought? I'll just take a minute to cool my system down with it. I was already exhausted at this point, but you have to cook for the family. Yeah, you know you have to do that. At this point, I checked my meat and it was done, so I'll just proceed to add my oil in the same pot I used to cook my meat. Then after that, I'll just be adding my water leaf. This is the point to add your water leaf. Check the amount of water leaf that you want to use to cook your soup, because if you put it much and it's more than your bitter leaf, it's not going to turn out well. Then I added my crayfish here. Then I gave it a little stir. I'll just be stirring it for a couple of minutes so that everything is going to mix well, so that the water leaf will not be one side and the water is one side. I'll just be stirring everything well. Some people say they don't eat bitter leaf soup because it's bitter. Just wash your bitter leaf well and you fall in love with it.
I assure you.
This is me just stirring my bitter leaf, and I'll cover it up to cook for a couple of minutes. I just opened up to add my dry smoked fish because I didn't add it when I was seasoning the meat so that it doesn't get scattered. I just covered up to just cook. You can see everything is just beginning to cook well. Then I just opened up my pot to give it a little stir. At this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, kindly click the subscribe button, give a like on this video, and then drop a comment. Your comment, your like really goes a long way. This is me just stirring everything completely. You can see our soup is already looking yummy. I'll just cover it up to cook for a little while. Our soup is almost ready. I'll just open up so I can add my bitter leaf. At this point, this is me just adding my bitter leaf. Like I said before, if you want to have a good looking bitter leaf soup,
Don't just add a lot of water leaf, just gauge everything properly.
if the water leaf is more than the bitter leaf, you're not going to like the outcome of it. I'll just stir it completely so that everything will mix well. At this point, you have to stir everything completely so that your bitter leaf wouldn't be just one side and your water leaf is one side. Just stir everything completely. At this point, I just added my red oil so that the color of my soup, I'm saying color anyhow, but so that the soup will look nice. If you don't like much oil in your soup, it's okay. Just do your thing the way you love it. At this point, I'm just stirring everything. Then this is our bitter leaf soup. You can see it's already looking so yummy. At this point, the aroma was already filled inside my kitchen, and I felt like just eating the soup from the fire before the soup was done. My soup is done. I'll just turn off the heat and then bring it off fire. Then I'll just go ahead and dish it. You can see the outcome. Guys, this is nice. This is so delicious. If you're not a fan of bitter leaf soup, then you have to try this particular bitter leaf soup recipe because you fall in love with bitter leaf soup. We ate it with fufu, but I gave Oga at the top same. Guys, this is so nice and delicious. This bitter leaf soup is nice. If you haven't subscribed to this my channel, kindly click the subscribe button so that whenever we drop any lovely video or any video, you'll be first to get updated. You can eat this bitter leaf soup with any swallow of your choice. You can use gari, same, is it pound or amala, or any other swallow that you know.